Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today, uh, I wanted to bring a topic regarding emotion and what are the factors which are causing this emotion. Okay, so I wanted to discuss a very key points. What are the trigger points which causes this emotion and how people react to that. Okay, so this is a very key topic which we face in a day-to-day lives. Uh, so what is emotion? First of all, let us define what is emotion. Emotion is something which basically occurs when somebody reacts to something instead of responding to something. So whenever there is a sudden reaction due to the emotion, so the emotion and the reaction are interconnected. Whenever there is a particular react reactive sense within the person, identifying some insecurities or some identities, based on some identities uh, inside inside that person. Whenever he reacts to that particular situation, he is basically an emotion instead of uh, is basically an emotion with reaction. So the reaction, emotion, all these things are similar, but responding is something different. Responding comes with introspection, knowledge, and over the period of time. But emotion basically drives. Emotion is a reactive thing which causes based on different factors like uh, usually this emotion triggers as per my experiences. Like, I'm also not perfect in this, so we as humans, we are basically emotional beings mostly. These emotional points trigger based on certain factors. For example, let us say uh, let me tell you with an example. For example, uh, let us say I don't have um, let us say there is one person and I don't have good terms with him. For example, let us say due to whatever his actions or his behavior. Okay, so let us assume there is one person and you don't like him basically. Okay, you basically thinks that he is not behaving in a right way, or basically he is causing you an insecurity feeling, or uh, he is not behaving in a proper way, like that. Okay, keeping all these in mind, right, we whenever this person says a simple thing also, we don't think, or in a split of second we'll try to react at that point of time. So the ground problem is not the reaction. The ground problem is your affinity with that person in the terms of how he is behaving and how you like him or dislike him and how his behavior is. And usually, if you don't accept his behavior, if you are unable to accept his behavior, usually this trigger points starts and the reactive response or the emotion comes out. So what to do in that point of time? So the key thing, the very important thing which I learned in my life is to accept. Okay, to acceptance, you need to increase your acceptance. That doesn't mean that whatever somebody does, you accept and uh, you know uh, let it go. You should react in a clever way whenever there is a uh, problem. For example, if you need to be very cautious, you need to be very logical about what you react, and it should be in a way that they should understand what is happening, and they should not forget that. Okay, so these are the things. So the best thing to do is understand the situation and accept, first of all, and let it accept. So you on yourself, if you are reacting to that, basically they are going to take you as an advantage. So they are basically playing, you are basically giving a joker card to them. When you're basically giving a card to them and they're playing with that card. So the main, usually the situations created by the people, for example, they will create the situation, they will do all the nonsense, and but they tackle in such a way that day to day they will try to observe what people are doing, okay, and how they are reacting. They'll try to learn more about you, and they'll try to see how you will trigger. They'll try to give, put you in some trigger points, put you some trigger points to react. So that's how people will play the game. So people are will play the game in such a way that you basically react to some situations, and whenever you react, they'll take that as a card on their, they'll play that uh, card to, you know uh, win. So even if they, if the mistake from them is 90%, and even if your mistake is 5% or 6%, because of your reaction they'll try to gain that advantage. So this is the game, this is basically a blame game, usually, in our society, or the people whoever it is, right? So always remember, only few people you need to trust, not everybody, okay? Everybody, whenever it comes to money or something, they try to play the blame game. What is this, so they'll try to play the blame game with respect to the money or something. So you see, right, in the Batman, we see the movie, these, the Joker, he will tell that these civilized people, okay, uh, when the chips are down they try to eat each other. So the underlying thing of all these things, the underlying root cause is, there should be a proper acceptance. For example, even if you don't like the person, you need to accept, uh, by saying that that is the way which he is, it is designed in that way. And also, nature is going to give you more and more gifts if your acceptance is more and your thinking is very abundant. If if you try to keep on reacting to all the situations, the more and more away you will be from the abundance of the nature. And you need to react, okay? Otherwise people will not fear. You need to react, but you need to react in such a way that they need to remember in a proper way, okay? They should never question us, okay? So that's the way we need to keep the power in our hands, okay? So that is also a clever game, okay? It's not easy when dealing with the real life society. Everybody, tries to play a clever game, okay? We need to understand that, and we need to see how it goes, and accordingly we need to respond as much as we can, okay? So this comes from an understanding of acceptance, and allow the things to move on. And uh, more and more, if you start accepting, the more and more nature gives you more and more things over the period of time, okay? And when you let it go, so also always think that there is a God's plan and time. So always think that God's plan is ultimate for you. He will decide, and the time will decide, and the time is through which God will decide everything, whoever has done the mistake. And even uh, uh, so usually people who react, but they don't have too much in their heart. But people who, these people who try to do the tactics, scheming, back scheming, arse licking, all these things they do, right? Those people do gather much more karma than the person who instantly reacts, okay? So the point is, when you give time, right, they will fall down. So over the period of time, because time is the thing which was given by God to, you know uh, uh, to, uh, to put that person into that particular karma, whatever the karma he has done. He need to, you know uh, he need to uh, somehow, in some way or the other way, the karma hits back. There is no escape. Whatever the, even if you do some pujas, or even if you do some even if you go to the temples, you cannot escape karma. Okay, so that is the main thing. God also doesn't, God also doesn't, will not punish you. So he will try to reduce the karma if you realize and if you accept that mistake. And even if after doing the karma also, if you don't accept the mistake, and if you try to go on keep doing those mistakes, karma will hit back to you. Even if it is through lifetimes, you cannot escape the karma. That's the way nature was designed. Okay, so please understand that how karma works and how it hits back over the period of time. Through time, how God decides all these things, and how it will be affected by you. And God doesn't punish you, it is based on your karma, it is coming back to you. Okay, it's your impressions which are being uh, passed on to the people whoever has done those things. So these are the main things which we need to understand. Okay, so never try to always try to accept, don't override, don't think that you are genius, and don't try to override God's plans, and do your best whatever you can do. Okay, and within your reach. Okay, and always think the guiding force is always trying to help you. Okay, so yeah, this is what I wanted to discuss today. Yeah, I hope this session is helpful. Thank you.